The GPF is there basically to provide or to act as a catalyst between the public and private sectors in terms of leveraging and providing affordable housing finance from these various different sectors. And out of that particular triple P or public-private partnerships that we establish, we are then able to provide a substantial amount of affordable housing units that we are able to deliver into the market.
Gauteng Partnership Fund is a government-owned institution founded by the Gauteng Department of Housing way back in the 2000s. But one of our roles was not only to look at market-related returns when we do projects, but to look at the impact that GPF participation in the housing market will have on the wider economy. And here we talk in terms of the backward linkages into the production sector, say production of building materials, how will that impact on employment, and therefore we measure the returns that we get out of that in terms of social returns rather than the market returns. Hence why our capital is always heavily discounted vis-a-vis the market. For example, if the banks will be charging prime, we'll probably be charging prime less 4, prime less 5%, because the rest of that, that return is taken by the social benefit that we are going to generate through our projects. If you provide adequate housing, you reduce things like the shacks, and then you improve the livelihood of the people. Poverty start going down, people start having more belief in themselves, their self-esteem, and then crime reduces, and in the whole chain of developments, then you get the productivity of the labor force increasing as well. We started first of all saying that the Gauteng provincial government is our major partner, simply because they provided the first initial capitalization of GPF to the tune of 450 million. But then the mandate was to forge partnerships with the private developers, with the banks for funding, and also with development finance institutions. So the kind of partnerships we have had, all the 4 major banks have actually been our partners. But the major components of those would be the ABSA and the Standard Bank, who actually provided capital, and we had facilities with them that enabled us to roll out some substantial housing developments. We have partners also with social housing institutions, and we have provided a number of social housing units around Gauteng, especially in the inner cities.
We've funded over 100 projects to date, mostly located in the inner city of Johannesburg. We've got projects that are in Soweto, in Pretoria, as well as Greater Germiston. All in all, in terms of number of units, if you're to relate that 100 projects to units, it's over 18,000 units. And if you're to put it in rand terms, that's over 2.2 billion worth of funds that we've leveraged from a contribution of about 350 million from GPF. Why we chose the 3 refurbishment, conversions and greenfields is that there are opportunities in terms of us being able to upgrade existing residential units, especially in the inner cities. There's also opportunities for new stock in terms of converting offices to residential, which cost per square meter is not as much as a greenfield. From a greenfield point of view, it allows us to be able to encourage certain areas that haven't really had much development, especially your townships. If you look at most of the CBD, especially in Johannesburg, they have been very much dilapidated. And if you look around the 90s, there was a lot of crime, a lot of businesses that left the inner city. So you find that the advantages of people staying in the city, apart from business itself, coming back to the city, far outweighs us going for greenfields. So the first easy area for government to be able to focus on is your inner cities. The other added advantage is that there's potential in terms of having converted some of these dilapidated buildings where municipalities or the council is not receiving much income from a rates and taxes point of view, then there'll be potential income that one can receive as government, whether it's local government, it's still money coming to government. We have over 20 projects in the first quarter from April to date. Most of the projects are located in Pretoria, as well as Kempton Park. We've also got projects that are located in Karankua. There's a new Rama City project that's been planned in the area, so there's quite a few residential units that are planned in that area. Just to mention, in terms of Kempton Park, there is quite a lot of interest in that area because of the new airport infrastructure development that's going on there. So those are the sort of nodes that we're seeing at the moment, apart from your typical Johannesburg housing, Johannesburg City opportunities that are there.